Peace and light, peace and love. What's up, everybody? Thank you for getting pretty mystical with me. I am Shakesha, the pretty priestess, and I am having a hell of a week. So I know that they were talking about that there's a bunch of planets in retrogrades. I'm not an astrologist, so fuck what you heard. But I have been really trying to get a much better understanding on how this energy works, because I have to tell you, when I am a little bit more aware of how the energy is going to work, I can start making the adjustments for myself so that I can navigate it a lot better. And so just for having just that inside tract on the energy has really been helpful in my journey. Last week I was telling you about some bullshit with the mundane gig that I had going on, and oh man, if you don't know, let me tell you. Black folks that get 3 nickels in their pocket on some time, on some occasion, not all, because I done ran into some down ass black folks that got some resources for their shits, and they definitely support and encourage and motivate other individuals, and they really try to stand true to making sure that other individuals that look like them are treated fairly within these systems. But then on the other hand, you get some folks that's so afraid of losing the shit that they got that they will do anything, and I do mean anything, to make sure they keep that spot secure. And so with that, I ain't mad at them, and it just started to really show me that it may be time, it is time for me to go ahead and move on. And this is a fucking bitter and hard pill for me to swallow, family, because I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at. But I'm not letting nobody just chase me the hell out, because I just don't appreciate folks not wanting to see somebody really do their damn thing when they're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, this was just the thing about power and authority at the end of the day. And so this is a life lesson, apparently, that I really needed to learn. But in the event of me thinking that I would get treated fairly, at first the thing was projected as the angry black woman. We played that card. Yes, that card was played. And because, and thanks to me being able to get the energetic forecast, I was able to navigate that masterfully. And so with that, I didn't bring no anger to the table. I brought in straight facts and point by point illustrations on what the situation was at hand. I'm not getting into all the details and everything, because I'm trying to stay in a high vibration state right about now. And the more I think about it, I'm like, oh man, how unfortunate. But anyway, whatever. And then, after I was able to articulate exactly the events that went down, then I got the gaslight of, oh, you never told us that. We didn't know that shit. That shit didn't happen to you. Well, this is what the rules and procedures were. Not true. Not true. Now I'm sitting in a room of people that were newly brought into the company. And we got somebody that's been there a grand total of 3 months, and somebody that's been there a little over a year, telling me about a policy that's been going on for about 10 years and how we've been doing business and how operations are supposed to be structured. I really was definitely not the one to be corrected on what policy looks like in my departments. However, the gaslighting began. And apparently there's new rules. Okay, well, whatever, you know. I still get paid anyway. But we got some other stuff straight on the table because I had to really draw a line. Absolutely, under no circumstances will I tolerate this type of thing at all. I need to draw the line there. And we were able to do that. But then here's the part that's here's where the deal was sealed, family. Here's where the deal was sealed, for me at least. The deal was sealed when I realized that the new policy in this particular agency was that the vaccination was being mandated across the board for all employees. And all of top leadership had to make sure that they got that inoculation first. Get the hell out of here. Now here's my thing. I ain't sitting on either fence of what people think about that vaccination. I heard all of the stories about it. I don't care either way. It ain't for me. What's for you is for you. It ain't for me. I ain't got time for that. If that's what you want to do, if this is what makes you feel safe, then I would encourage you to do that. And this is something that I always discuss with my colleagues at their level of comfort. I'm in a neutral space about that. But where I need to draw the line at is you mandating me to be injected with some shit that I didn't ask for. Excuse me, let me get a sip of this. Whew, got that liquid magic going. So absolutely, positively, under no circumstance will I allow someone to tell me what to put into my body. And so sadly and unfortunately, I'm not able to work in that type of environment. So eventually, I'm going to have to call it quits. And so that means that this cycle is ending for me. And I was all over the place with that. I was feeling some type of way about releasing this part of my life because, y'all, I put the work in here. Like, seriously, I did. Like, I built this shit and I put the work in, and I'm just disappointed because now I got like a lot of the leaders in place that will be strong in making sure a lot of these things are done and done correctly. We all on the same page. We got a vision going. And while there was glitches in the system where I had to really go through some petty ego changes because folks just don't like to see someone holding space. It makes some folks uncomfortable. And I want to encourage, if you're one of those people, I need you to realize that God got enough light for everybody to shine. And somebody else shining does not mean that your light gets dim by any means, family. Not at all. However, some people are threatened by that. But this is a chapter in my life that's coming to an end, and I'm feeling a little melancholy on that particular note. And so I should have known with the petty obstacles and challenges after many years of being there, it's always some little shit, you know. But there was just a little bit of opposition that was just showing up a little too strongly. That was putting me in a space of feeling lackluster, as if I was going through the motions. And I was just doing what needed to be done just to, you know, get through the day. And energetically, I'm realizing a lot of us in the collective, a lot of us in the soul tribe, on one level or another, have experienced this on some way, shape, or form. So cycles are ending and chapters are closing. Never, ever, ever did I think that this would be what it looked like for me. And here it is. So in this and on the next journey, one thing I wanted to really encourage in letting that light shine as we start to move forward, as we start to progress, as we start to get in through this lion's gate in space, on being absolutely true to who you are within the highest vibration, of course. And so for me, in order for me to like move past that energy, oh, and another thing, I missed out on the spiritual baths. I was looking up and the tribe was, ranting and raving about these spiritual bath kits that went out. I did not get to participate in it, so I missed the boat on that one. I needed a spiritual bath, so I had to call upon myself and put together a nice bath for myself so that I can move past this energy. And so what I did was I put some sea salt and baking soda and I mixed them together, and I put them just in a regular Ziploc bag just so that I can get it swished around real good and everything. I like to charge my stuff up with crystals and leave it on my altar. I'm one of those energetic charge up type of chicks, And so I charged with my rose quartz. The rose quartz was something that I've really been working with because it just allows me to accept myself in whatever space that I am, love myself enough to work through whatever it is that I'm going through, and be able to move forward and show love to all those that are around me as well. So the rose quartz definitely helps me to connect with that energy when I intend to do that. So I charged that up with the rose quartz and everything. And then for me, because like I said, I was in such a space, y'all, such a space, that I realized I gotta go. Damn. What the fuck am I gonna do? So I grabbed a hold of some eucalyptus. Helps me to clarify. I don't know. This is how I get. And you know what? Maybe I need to grab a hold of the magical aromatherapy, because see what we do. Oh, my Scott Cunningham book right here. What we do is I like to look up what a lot of these herbs and whatnot will, and oils and everything will do, right? And so it is for health, healing, and purification right here. For me, that's the effect that I get. It gives me that whole purifying effect. But you can also use this as a guide for the magical purposes and everything, which I do quite often. But I like this eucalyptus because it helps me to be able to clear out a lot of that bullshit and ass energy that had me feeling some type of way. So I was rocking with that. And then this Yang Lang oil as well. I added a few drops of that. Now, it's how much you feel comfortable with. Now, I'm not going to dump the whole bottle in there and everything. Sometimes I'll meditate and I'll see what number comes to me, and then I'll drop that. Or I'll just use the first number that pops in my head. Or if there's a number that's in my heart, then I'll use that as how many numbers to drop. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? That's just my process. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't subscribe to my shit. Just do you. But this is how I get down with it. And so maybe, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of time I know 8, 7, 9 will come up, 13 will come up, mess around, 22, depends, so you never know. And so wherever I'm at, I'll put those amount of drops in it. For me, in my humble opinion, how I see it is that this is what my spirit is calling for me to do. And so with that, I rocks with I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because I forgot to turn my phone on the airplane mode or do not disturb, so that I won't keep getting all these damn ass emails. Anyway, so I use the number that's in my heart, on my spirit, on my mind, whatever, and rocks with it that way. For me, I feel that I'm connected to all of the answers that I need and all of the healing that I need. All of that is within. And so no one knows what I need more than me at this time. And this was probably the reason why I might have missed out on that bad. Not saying that it wouldn't have worked, because I know it was gangster. I know it was dope. But I was just in a special melancholy space that needed my particular brand of healing, because nobody is feeling this pain like I am. I worked so hard, y'all. And and I'm starting to move past that energy, which is a good thing. Not all the way through that, because I'm still like, psh, I can't believe they came up with some shit like that. But here's the thing, it's time to move forward. And I think my largest challenge is that I'm beginning to feel that no matter where it is that I go, as long as I'm working for someone else, I'm going to be required to abide by a similar type of policy. And so with that, it's time to move. I got me some Yang Lang. I likes that Yang Lang. That Yang Lang, it helps me to get into my happy space, right? And so, let me see, where we at in here? Let me see, I pull that up so I tell y'all about this Yang Lang according to this magic word. Don't take my word for it, because I'll tell you how it makes me feel. You use it and it feels a different way. So I use it because this is the way that it makes me feel. Let me look this up, because it may mess around and mean something else according to this book. So what I do suggest is that we try these things out on our own to see how it vibrates for you, how it resonates for you. Because for me, this Yang Lang, well, here it goes. It's peace, sex, and love. Hot damn, hot damn. For me, it brings me into a more joyful state. And I guess that'll have me open for peace, sex, and love, whatever. But I likes that Yang Lang. It helps me to raise my vibration even in the most trying times. I've always used a little bit. And before I would put those together, like even if I didn't have a bath that was put together, just a couple of drops of that Yang Lang made all of the difference for me. So even if I was just feeling some type of way, or even maybe not, that a little bit of that Yang Lang just works for me. I hope I'm pronouncing that shit right too. Yang Lang, Yang Yang, Yang Lang, Ylang, whatever the hell. That's what the shit is called. Ylang, I think so. But anyway, I charged it up with the crystal. I dropped that eucalyptus, that Yang Lang in there, right? And then I mix it all up. I like to put them in these little Ziploc baggies and everything, because then I just toss them right in the garbage when I'm through with it. And I'll make a batch so that I'll be able to hold myself down, maybe for the week, or for whatever purpose that it is. I'm probably going to need a few days worth of this. I'm going to tell you something. When I rocks with this baking soda, sea salt, and then add these essential oils to this charged up solution right here, I really do feel the effects within 3 days. And now is a really good time with this new moon energy. We can kind of utilize it, because now we're in that phase where we can work with it. They tell you you're not supposed to really do any work on the new moon per se, but more being in a contemplative state. Which I'm glad that maybe the events went down in the way that they did, because I need to tell y'all, I probably would have been doing all types of shit, but I was in such a space where I couldn't do anything but run thoughts through my head. That was just the space that I was in. And so, with that, I just wanted to bring some encouragement in this time, if anybody is having one of these moments like I am, to encourage us all to continue to move forward, to stand strong in what we know is true for us, and encourage you to not compromise on things that you hold true to yourself. I want to encourage 3 things. I want to encourage. These are some things that's helped me get success along my journey. And even though right now I ain't feeling so successful, I am encouraged that holding to what's true in my heart is going to always lead me to the path of success. And so, number one, well, first and foremost, let's call on the spiritual support system to come help you out. Get them spirit guides, them ancestors, Most High, get them all on deck for you. Archangels, show up, right? Get them on deck so that they can start to support you. Then these intentions that you got, they're going to help get you in alignment so that you can move in those directions. But then number one, say what you mean and mean what you say. That's some old school wisdom right there. We were talking about that in school, but I'm telling you, this is some shit that the old schoolers will tell you. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't go back and forth on that shit. Don't compromise because you want to impress some people. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You see Stephen A. Smith is going back to, well, see, I didn't mean to disrespect nobody and this and that. And I'm not hating on Stephen A. Smith because usually they say that he's a guy that speaks his mind. Well, whatever. But what I am going to say is I know what he really meant to say is that black folks used to kick ass in baseball, and now they got this dude over here that can't speak English. That's what you meant. It ain't no hate on the Japanese dude who can't speak English. It's a problem systematically here in the United States. Ain't nobody fucking mad at that boy for getting his. What we trying to do is illustrate how we get half treated in this country. We second-class citizens. And they'll bring somebody else over here and bring them in the first place status. Whatever. Have the highest vibration when you're speaking. When you want to get your point across, when you're in a space of negotiation, if you're out here in that mundane world, you do not want to grab yourself no stereotypical label as being the angry person on the scene, right? So with that, for me, my highest vibration in addressing some things that are really annoying me and really trying to, because we family, I can be fuck what you heard, right? Is to disconnect from the emotional component of what I'm saying and try to be matter of fact in making sure that I'm phrasing my words to say and deliver exactly what it is that I meant to say, but within the highest vibration. So you can tell somebody that you don't like this outfit that they got on, like my little house dress. The highest vibration of saying I don't like that is, I think you look better in something else. I think a softer color would complement you better. I like that other dress that you wore another time. The highest vibration. Huh? And then, last but not least, when you're in these type of hostile environments or you're around people and you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, I'm going to tell you, again I say, protect your neck. Protect your neck. And I am talking about that zeal chakra that's in the back of your neck. Now, we don't talk about that so often, but I've been telling folks left and right, protect your neck. Now, I took some old school stuff that I learned from, you know, some of the aunts, Ashe to my grandma, about wearing silk pajamas and how it helps to prevent nightmares. If you know what I'm saying, you say your prayers, you wear your silk pajamas, and it's supposed to help prevent nightmares and whatnot, because they say that negative energy can't penetrate through silk. I like my silk scarves. Now, that zeal chakra is the only chakra that takes in energy that way. And so a lot of times, my daughter was telling me that when she wears her hair in like a ponytail going up, that she noticed that, you know what I'm saying, she's easily aggravated, and you know what I'm saying, and she is more often than not, you know, shifted in the rare form when she gets there. I never really had that experience, but once I started studying, well, maybe that I didn't know of, not being aware of that too. But once I started really studying that Zil chakra, it made a lot of sense. So one of my signature looks when I'm in the office, when I'm at work or on the scene, typically not like if I'm going out to drink because I don't want to mess up my silk scarves, fucking up shit and everything. Like I got my prized possession, my Hermes scarf. I absolutely love this scarf. I'm a big silk scarf fanatic. You gotta get you one. And the reason why, let me tell you, hold up. Let me pull this out. For those that are watching this on YouTube, this is a zodiac scarf, y'all. And it got all the signs of the zodiac and shit, the sun in the middle and everything. This shit is gangster. This is the prized possession. Anyway, fuck what you heard. And have that tied around my neck, and I always got it coordinating with my outfits, just so, you know. And it brings a dramatic flair to even the most basic outfits. And while you're at it, you protect the neck. And so when you step onto a scene, and you know who you're dealing with, right? So you could be dealing with a jackass, or you could be in a situation that's a little sensitive. You're not so much in a space to take on the energy of that which is surrounding you when you protect the neck. So I do want to encourage everybody. I'm about to get up out of here. Let me grab up a little bit of guidance to go. Let me see, what do I got here? I got my Kim deck available, so I'm going to rock with that real quick. Just a quick card pull with some guidance to go so that I can say I did it, you know? So let's see what the Kim deck has for us in this guidance to go. Woo! Wisdom card number 2. Wisdom, sensitivity. This is a time for us to start getting wise and use discernment, just like I was saying, right? Wisdom is the language of your higher self, right? This is really a time for us to start being discerning, start tapping into the intuition, and start really paying attention. Start working with people. Find out who's in your corner, who's in your circle. You know, keep a balanced approach in how you go about things. It's not all or nothing. Wisdom is what we need right now. I know I do. I know I do. So I'm going to end it this day, family. Peace and light, peace and love. I'll see you next week.